months, I had been looking for the next chapter of my life. I found my place where I was searching from a place of fear. That I had lost the inspiration for what I had been doing for my entire professional life. The inspiration was gone. And I was scared of how I was going to maintain the lifestyle that I'd grown accustomed to. It wasn't the money that I loved. It was the money that I needed to keep living the life that I had. And the fear that came over me was that I wanted a bigger, better future. I didn't want to live in the glory days of my past career. I wanted to rip off that mirror in the car and look out the big, giant front window and drive and move towards the future that would inspire me. And in that search, I was invited to an event which I said no to. That I had resistance and I wasn't interested in something that I didn't even know about. Yet what I found during that event was exactly what I was looking for. I prayed that it would be what I was looking for. That it would be the solution. That it would be the answers to the questions that I was asking. I did what was necessary to be able to get to that decision-making moment of creating my brand affiliate account. And doing as I was told, to attend every event. And to go there with others, team members and guests. And at that first event, Global Convention of February 2004, I made the decision that New Skin was my home. That if it took me the rest of my life to get to Blue Diamond and that average income and build that leveraged asset, that it was worth it. That this was my home and this is where I was going to be for the rest of my life. I set goals, took action, integrated what I learned from the event, applied that action, as we heard from Nick Weinecker yesterday. And I achieved those goals. And as you heard, the last 8 years of my life, I have spent focused on what was most important to me. Because of the previous 13 years of sweat equity, invested interest, and just working, giving everything that I could, everything I had to the building of this business, and then making great choices with the assets that I've been able to build because of the income with New Skin, of leverage, that the last 8 years, I have earned more money when I was focused on my family and not personally working than I had done the previous 13 years. The results of that fruit, the fruit from that labor that I had. Environment. I looked at my past with wakeboarding and knowing if I wanted to be a pro, then I had to plug in to the pro tour. If I wanted to be a pro, I had to go where the pros were. I had to surround myself with them as an environment that ultimately in time, I would rise to become one of them. And I knew if I just attended the events like I was told and I placed myself in the room with these people in the VIP section here, the billboards of the business, that in time, no matter how long it took, I would become one of them. Because I had that reflection from my past. I followed the system. I kept showing up. I did the work. I got the results, kept showing up. And individuals in this VIP section invested in me that had no monetary and financial invested interest in me, that they invested in me because I kept showing up and doing what they told me to do, and thus I got what they told me I would get and became one of their peers. The past, all of our pasts have this evidence of the things that work, the principles that are timeless. They never change, and we apply them again and again and again. We get the same results, yet the results are not the same in everywhere. The results of my professional athletic career are not the same as the results of New Skin. System, coaching, mentoring. Become one of our peers. And then very likely, you will become one of our coaches and mentors. Athletics has been my life. I set a goal when I was in junior high to pole vault 5 meters. I had an illustration of pole vaulting above my bed that I went to sleep looking at, that I woke up every morning for 5 years. I wrote the 5 meters on there. And the last event of my senior year, my last year of high school, I tied for the state championships, reaching that goal. But then I got recruited to the top track school in the world, University of Oregon, the home of track and field, where Nike started. 3 years into this, into my junior year of college, I realized I hadn't set a new goal. As a result of not setting a new goal in that time, I went backwards. I wasn't even vaulting as high as I had been pole vaulting in high school. And I was in college with better coaches, with better examples, with a better environment of peers, and I forgot to set a new goal. I share this with you because I'm confident that there are those of you in this room that are like me. That maybe, like I did, you went backwards because you didn't set a new goal. I set a new goal, and this image is the Prefontaine Classic, the premier event at the University of Oregon. We're named after Steve Prefontaine. And this is me vaulting 17.6, almost 6 meters. That was evidence that this was the foundation to continue to do for the rest of my life, is set new goals. For the last 8 years, being blessed with raising my children and going from 1 child to 5 children in 5 months. We had quadruplets that were born on their older sister's 3rd birthday. So we have 5 children, 2 births, 1 birthday. And very, very important to me, 1 wife of 15 years. The last 8 years, as equally blessed as we've been, have been some of the most challenging years for me psychologically, emotionally, because for the first time in my life, I wasn't working. I am wired to produce. I am wired to go out and slay the dragon. And my wife would constantly tell me as I would want to go work that this is going to be an important part of your story. And it was so challenging and difficult for me to not work. I doubted, could I do it again? Were the accolades that I had and the recognition that I had and the speaking opportunities such as this, were they based on the past? Was I a fake? Am I a fake? Am I a fraud? I've been team elite 2 months. I'll be team elite consecutively for 20 years. Yet, can I do it? And I recognize the longer that I went without personally sponsoring, 8 years, the more there was doubt of what I was capable of, what was possible for me. And I anchored on success and the definition of it that I borrowed from Earl Nightingale, one of the world's first individuals in personal development, that defines success as forward progress towards a worthy goal. I recognize I need two things to be successful. I need to have a goal and to be taking action towards that goal. That for the last 8 years, I have been measuring the gap of how far I have to go from where I am to where I want to be. They constantly put me in comparison with my peers, with those that are new in the business, and measuring that gap that I can never seem to get to. Read the book Gap and Gain and understood, like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing, is instead of looking back at how far I've come, as an example, that if I just keep taking action on a new goal that I set, then I'm going to achieve it. And if it takes me the rest of my life, it's okay. Because I'm successful as long as I have a goal and I'm taking action. And I shared this with my brother Kenton Worthington. Some of you may have been on a call that we did with Luis and Gudrun November of last year. And I got received messages from many of my peers that were sharing, I felt the same way. And then watching them move into action, that I wasn't alone. And so I thank you for sharing that I wasn't alone. I went back to my vision of what got me inspired in this business. When I first saw that presentation, it was that first biophotonic scanner. I bought into scanning the world February 1st, 2004, when I made that agreement as a brand affiliate. I created my corporation, Got Your Number Incorporated. Set out, and with that scanner, went to Blue Diamond, went to Team Elite, went to Circle of Excellence 1. The galvanic spa came out, and I changed to a different tactic. And since then, my scanner's been sitting there collecting dust, getting a new scanner, until Dubai of last year, Team Elite trip, conversations between Kenton, Scott Bennett and I, that we started to discuss Prism, started to discuss the vision of the future with this. All three of us came up in Nu Skin with the scanner. Scott had stayed the course for 23 years with the scanner. There's others in this room where you'll hear from over the next few sessions that have stayed the course with their entire career with this device. I saw the brilliance in narrowing, removing the distractions. And once again, I saw, okay, it's been 21 years since that beginning. And look at the commitment to evolution that our company has provided and gifted us with, as evidence of not just where we are today, but where we're going in the future. And that our best years, as you heard from Justin earlier, are to come. Our best years are ahead of us. And that I haven't achieved yet my goals with the scanner and that vision that Prism is now inside. That we said one day we'll be able to hold it in our hand. One day we'll be able to put it in our pocket. And that is today. I believe this is important for you to hear because you're asking, is this my time? Can I do it? Am I willing to do it? Will it be worth it? Will the company be here in the future? "110 clinical studies, 180 white papers. Out of all of them, this study has the most impact on me. 2 outcomes published by Yale study, the best way to measure fruit and vegetable intake in the human body. I didn't say it. Yale said it. How many of you would like your children to go to Yale University? Why? Why would you like them to go to Yale University? Do you trust them? You trust them with your children? They said this. Number 2, best way to affect behavioral change. I didn't say it. They said it. In wakeboarding, we knew the future was the children. The future of our sport was the youth. That if we wanted the sport to continue to have life in the future, we had to invest in the next generation right now. And I want you to observe and show you a quick video of my children, 4 7-year-olds and a 10-year-old, on what the biophotonic scanner, how it's influenced their behavior. All right, who's getting scanned next? Who's going to have a high score? Me. Who's going to have the highest score? Me. Really? You guys, what is this, a competition? Yes. I mean, isn't it always a competition?
A competition for $1.
Oh, the highest score is $1?
No.
Who's the best at taking their vitamins?
I love taking my vitamins.
Oh my gosh,
I
this is a
take
competition.
4 a day.
4? You do take 4 a day. But you know what? Charley is taking Life Pack Nano. A 10-year-old asking to take Life Pack Nano. Me teaching her, asking her, are you open to me teaching you how to take vitamins? Teaching a 10-year-old because she's asking to. Because she wants her score to go up. She wants to beat her siblings. She wants to beat mom at 83,000. She asked, Daddy, I'm taking it in the morning, taking it in the evening on her own. And said, Daddy, if I take it twice in the morning and twice in the evening, will it be better? I said, no, Dr. Joe told me if you take it every 8 hours, it'd be best. So now she takes it in the morning on her own. She puts it in her lunch box to take it to school, and she takes it before bed. Tell me that doesn't show us the future. Yeah. How many of you would like your children to be telling you, hey, Dad, you need to order some more Life Pack Nano? Those that are on the Team Lead broadcast, and I trust that these recordings have been distributed by the company and pushed out to the rest of the field, because this is our company's vision. This is the vision statement that Ryan Napierski, my brother, a man that I love, that I have watched evolve and grow and change from moving from his head to his heart. No ego. And just asking, how do we get from here to here? Seeking to understand us better to help fulfill his vision, which is our vision. How many of you see the change in the vision statement that is aligned with leadership-driven, customer-obsessed, which is our business model. And understanding the holy grail of our business, of our company, which is an absolute unicorn in the industry of over 65,000 companies since the 1950s. 3 that have paid over 20 billion. And at the back end, 5%, 6 generations deep. Legacy. The billboards of our business, lift them up. Give them be the examples of what you have to look forward to. Why you would want to grow and work hard to become a team elite. And to stay a team elite. Every year, Mort Ehrlich, when I hit team elite 20 years ago, said, Charley, you're team elite every year. Every year. Every year. You just decide that you're team elite every year. Now, I know there's people in this room that have gone backwards. And that's okay. No hammer. Yet it doesn't have to be the path forward. Do you understand? That can be your past, you learn from, and you make a decision that the best way not to go backwards is to what?
Go forward.
Go forwards. You just decide. There's no other option. I'm going to be with this group of people every Team Elite trip in the future. Woo-hoo! Because these are my people. This is my family. Last week, I was honored to be on a call with Justin and Ryan and Steve Hatchett. I woke up 30 minutes late for this call. And I woke up in a panic. And I jump on. I'm a mess. I've been on the road pounding it hard. Everything I've got. My wife asked me, how long are you going to work like this, traveling every week to hit your goals? And I said, I believe I can do it in 3 to 5 years. And she said, good. I thought you were going to say 10. I can definitely do 3 to 5. My wife is on board. I shared this with my kids. My kids have never seen me work. That is a problem, people. That is a problem when your kids haven't seen you work. And I'm working, and like, Daddy, why do you have to work? Please don't work anymore. Please come home. I said, hey, listen, Mom, give me 3 to 5 years to absolutely crank. My daughter calls me the next day crying. She says, Daddy, I don't know if I can have you gone from home and not come home for 3 to 5 years. And I said, no. I explained. This man, Justin, and our executive team, I've watched evolve, grow, change. And that call that I was late on, I was crying. I was crying because of the change that I've seen in them, that they understand us, and that I know, I'm at 100% certain that the next 40 years are going to be better than the last 40 years. Woo! So we're going to send you off in a different state of energy, aren't we? This session's not going to end with you sitting down, is it?
No.
Who are we?
New Skin.
New Skin.
One team.
We are New Skin. We're not the company. We're not the sales leaders. We, Mikhail Sanat, Elna, Justin, Ryan, sales leaders, we are New Skin. We make New Skin to who we are. And I want to raise the energy of this room, blow the roof off, with us taking it to a new level that we feel our future done now, right now. Everything that you've dreamed of, everything you believe was possible, that you hoped, that you're writing down, that's come to you over the last few days that you see it done now? Yes?
Yes.
I am going to say we are, and you're going to say?
New skin.
I'm going to say we are, and you're going to say?
New skin.
Let's get the lights up. We are!
New skin.
All right. Can you bring the music back down, please? I need that music back down. I need that music back down, AB. Okay, I'm glad you guys stand up because that was pathetic. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Ready?
Now, I'm going to say we are, you're going to say new skin, and I want to hear every single person in this room. We are new skin! No, not going to bring it. Now you can give me a little music, AB, a little bit. That's not that loud. We are new